this is Winnie, product owner, ConnectALL. Today I'm going to give you a demo on the orphan strategy and the resurrection of record when it gets orphaned and then it gets resurrected into the system. So to start with, what is resurrection or what is orphaned is like? Orphans are those records that is no more part of the integration. The reason a record gets orphaned is because it can either be deleted, it is moved to a different project and the project not part of your automation, or it is not part of the flow filter. Ideally, any of these conditions which no longer meets the integration, the record is referred as orphaned. And a record gets orphaned, and this all means that at times these record gets reinstated back into the integration. For example, that we can talk about like in Rally, when a record gets deleted, it is a soft delete, which means it goes into the recycle bin, and within 30 days you can recover it back from the recycle bin. So in this case, the record that was already part of the integration was at one point of time identified as orphaned, and later it has been restored and brought back into the integration, and now the synchronization needs to continue to flow. And this condition is what we have solved as part of orphan management resurrection functionality that we have built on 3.7. The examples or the way that I have set up this orphan strategy for the demo is like, I have a connection that has been created between Jira and Rally. Jira, I have specified a project, and in that project a user story can get synchronized to Rally to a particular project that I've selected as stories. I will set the field mapping, I will set the orphan strategy, and I will also define the rules, set the condition when the customer thinks that there is a need to handle the resurrected records. Then you can go ahead and enable the condition, and then you can turn on the strategy toggle, save and enable the automation, then your synchronization will continue to work. So I've given two examples in this case. One is a case that I just spoke about when a record gets deleted. So in Rally, especially when the record is actually a soft delete, when it is getting deleted, it is moved into the recycle bin and it identifies the orphan. Then when I restore it back from the recycle bin, it gets into the integration and the data synchronization should continue to work. The other example that we can have is like moving between projects. For example, I have a project selected in Jira, and when I move to a different project and this project is not part of the integration, then still it is identified as orphan, and now there is all condition that the project or the record moves back to the original project, then this becomes a resurrection flow. So let me go over the demo and show you how this will be on the application. So I've already created an automation with orphan and resurrection. The example I've taken is Rally and Jira. I've given the user story of Rally to be synchronized with a story of Jira. I've selected the respective projects over here. And the field mappings, a standard set of field mappings is being given here. On the orphans page, I've selected the orphan settings for both the sides on the source as well as on the target system. I've set the rules when a record gets orphaned on Jira, what needs to be updated on the twin record and Rally, and when a record gets orphaned on the Rally side, what is the information that needs to be updated on the Jira. Those settings already been given, and this is a setting for resurrection. The resurrection is optional. If the user thinks that they want to handle these type of record that gets back into the integration, you can go ahead and select it. If you think that we don't care about the record that is once orphaned and then resurrected, if you don't want to bother about it, you can unselect them and continue to proceed. And resurrection, you can decide if you wanted to have it on both the system or you just wanted to have it on one of the system. Now let me go into this automation is saved up and running. Let me go and create some records, see how the orphan works and see how the resurrection is working. So now let me create a couple of records to validate this. So I am in my project 1 and it is the project 1 that is actually selected here. So let me go ahead and create a couple of records in this project. So I'm going to be creating like 3 stories. It's easy for us to check through when we are seeing synchronization. So now the 3 records are created here. If you can see, the 3 records have come in here. Let me go and run the automation. This is my automation. I'm running it, and I'll ensure that those records come in here. Let me go into my activity monitor. It's queued and it is coming up here. So this is my Rally and Jira is my project, and the records have come in here. Now I'm going to delete one of the records. Since I'm going to show the resurrection, I'll show the recycle process. Now I select this and I delete it, so it gets removed from here. Now if I go to my recycle bin, I can see the record that was being deleted comes up here. Now I'm running my orphans. So this orphan will actually identify the record that has been orphaned in the last 4 hours, and it will get updated. Now my 54 ID record is what that has got orphaned. So let me go and show this record. So if you see here, whatever rules that I have been set on my automation, so in this, the orphan strategy rule that was being set was like the label to be orphan and the comments to have this value on the Jira side. So the Jira record is what has become orphan, the label has been updated, and the comment is added. Now I'm trying to resurrect it back from Rally. So I go in here, I select this and I restore it. So when I restore it, it has come up here. And let me go and update this record and rerun the orphan so that it identifies. I'm going to run my automation. I'm doing a manual run because this is every 15 minutes. Not to wait for every 15 minutes, I'm running this automation. And if you see here, it will say that it is updated and the record will get into the synchronization. So whatever we have updated here, will have come into my records, and now it will continue to keep the record in sync. Whenever there is an update, it will continue to happen. It's the same thing when a record moves to a project and then you bring it back into the project, or when you move this record, the entity type of this record from a story to bug, and then you bring it back into story. As long as it is part of your automation, when it comes, enters into any update, enters in, then the synchronization will continue to work. So this is what we have done as part of a resurrection. Thank you.